Hey, this is Bill from Calderwood Percussion with another weekly shop update. Okay, so the first thing, as you may have noticed from the things that we've been working on, all the things that we've been posting, a lot of stuff is going on here at Calderwood Percussion. You know, the company is growing, and that's awesome, but it also means that our overhead is going up. You know, there's more expenses to do some of these things we're trying to do. So, as much as I hate to say it, we have to raise some prices. Competitive pricing has always been really important to me, and it continues to be so. I have always really tried to make sure that despite the level of hand crafting and customization that goes into these drums, I really tried to maintain pricing that is competitive with the mass-produced stuff. I intend to continue to do that, but we do have to raise prices a little bit. So like our 16x16 rope drums, which have been, like, the base price has been $850, now they're going to start at $900. And there will be some small price bumps like that kind of across the board with stuff. I don't really want to do that, and I've kind of been staving this off for a while, but we have to. That is going to happen on the first day of daylight savings time because, I don't know, seems as good a day as any, and I put this off for too long. So that's March 10th. So if you've been on the fence about buying something, you have now from March 10th, which is another like week and a half or 2 weeks or something, you have from now until March 10th for the old pricing to still be in effect. So if there's something you want, hit me up. Any orders that we get started before March 10th, old pricing is still in effect. After that, it'll be the new pricing for stuff. So, and in addition to that, we've got a bunch of drums in stock right now, and it's all stuff that's from last year, the year before, that was stuff that I made as demos to take to, you know, stuff I take to the fife and drum events, the musters, things I took to PASIC, things I take to like DCI competitions or indoor drumline competitions, things like that. Anywhere I go to set up a booth to show drums. And I really want to sell it because I really want to make new stuff for this year, for this, you know, this set of all the musters that we're going to do this summer, and obviously next year's PASIC, and you know, when time comes for DCI competitions, we go set up booths at some of those. So I want to make some new stuff, some new demo instruments, which means the old demo instruments have to get sold because I don't have space for more stuff. So this pile of drums is just a couple of those things. I'm going to make another video that shows the things that we have available right now. They're for sale and their sale prices. And all of these things are priced to sell. These are not, you know, they've all been demo instruments. Some of them have been gigged with once or twice. They've all been to some different events. So these are going to be, they're like new drums. You know, they've only got a little bit of playing on them, but they are going to be discounted. I'm going to make another video that shows everything we've got available right now and pricing on that. So yeah, to recap, our prices have to go up. I've been putting off too long, but it's going to happen on March 10th. You have from now until then to get an order started to lock in the old pricing. So now, as for the things we're working on, this giant ring here. This is the beginning of a suspension stand for that giant bass drum that I just made that I was showing last week, the 25x36 bass. It's getting a suspension stand, which as soon as that's done, that drum is going to be for sale. You know, I want to get it finished, get it on the stand, obviously record it. Not that anyone's speakers are going to be able to reproduce the sound that that drum makes, but all the same, I want to sample it. And then it will be available for sale. I'm not sure quite yet what it's going to cost because we're not quite done with it yet, but I'll let you know. Also, this is a 10" by 10" rope tension field snare. I'd started working on this a while ago and I'd kind of forgotten about it. It was on the shelf and I just got it down, and now I've got it almost finished. So for those of you that don't know, the fife and drum activity, that whole community is very much a family community, and kids start fifing and drumming like really young, but there aren't really any good options for very young new musicians to play that aren't just like toys or crap, you know? Like most of the little drums, almost all the little drums that you can get for young kids they're garbage. This is going to be an actual professional quality instrument, both in construction, sound, you know, playability. As soon as it's done, it's going to be available for between $200 and $250 plus shipping. If you've got a son or daughter who's really interested in picking up snare drum, or you want a small drum for your corps, or whatever, this is going to be ready probably in the next week. So hit me up if you want it. Also, this George Stone bass drum that I was talking about last week, this thing is almost ready to reassemble. I got all the stuff in the shell, like the re-rings had come unglued, that's all fixed. Cut new bearing edges. One of the hoops, this is the one original hoop that I had. The other one I had to make a replacement for it. This was originally had the same finish as the shell, but it was beat to hell, and there was no way I was going to get the other hoop to match this perfectly. So I decided to strip this and dye it, so now the hoops match. I also included the brass inlays that I like to do under rope hooks. This drum's going to be rope tension, but with hooks instead of holes for the hoop. And if you've ever set up a rope tension drum with hooks, getting the hook spacing exactly right is a huge pain in the ass, which is why I've taken always doing these brass inlay dots in the hoops so you know exactly where to put the hooks. So anyway, this is almost ready to reassemble. I still haven't decided how I'm going to mount it to the suspension stand yet, but I've gotten a few good suggestions. I've got a couple more ideas of my own, so I'm still thinking about that. And the last thing I wanted to show was wind chimes. We made our first set of wind chimes. And overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Black walnut for the yoke, for lack of a better word. Aluminum for the bars. Yeah, I think it turned out really cool. So, anyway, that's about it for right now. I got to get back to work, but thank you so much for watching. Again, like I said, I'm not happy about raising prices, but I am really happy and excited about all the cool things that are coming down the road for us. And so, you know, as a company expands, that's just what you got to do. So, but prices aren't getting raised yet. You've got until March 10th to start an order for something to have the original prices be locked in for whatever it is that you want. So, yeah, hit me up. Thanks.